Welcome to my fourth lecture for this course. It is I with you with a new context by different dimension style. In today's lecture, I want to present with you how to define material properties and frame section properties in ETABS software. So let's start. Welcome to my lecture again. This is my fourth lecture for this courses where I present with you how to define material properties and section properties. In section properties, I will basically discuss frame properties. So first of all, this is up to this. All data has already been done or input in ETABS software in my previous lecture. From this part, I want to discuss with you. So first of all, we have to define, and then we have to click material properties. Then a windows has already been come. There are many materials has been assigned by the default. So if our FC prime is 4000 psi, then we have to click on this, then okay. But if FC is not 4000 psi, we have to click add new material. So we have to check. So first of all, we have to get back in column layout of 10-story residential building. So we can easily observe on this, that is FC prime is 3.5 ksi, keep per square inch, that should be 3500 psi. So for this region, so we have to add or click add new material. Then we have to click, by default it will be United States, so we have to change it by user. Then material type should be concrete, and here it is. If the FC prime is 4000 psi, then we can also change here by clicking on this grade. Okay, so material should be concrete, then we should click OK. So another windows has already been come, and if we want to change the material color, so we should click change, and material color should be like this. And unit weight of concrete on 50 pound per feet cube, and modulus of elasticity E should be calculated by the following formula. That should be modulus of elasticity EC is equal to 50,000 root over FC prime divided by 1000. Okay, so if we put the value FC prime 3.5 ksi, that is 305,000. So EC will be 50,000 root over 3500 divided by 1000. By calculating this, 3572. So you should also calculate it. The calculated value should be input here. So here we can input it 3572 pound per inch square. Poisson's ratio should be unchanged, and thermal expansion shear modulus should be remain unchanged. And here is that if we click on this specific mass density, so it also should be unchanged. And then we should click design property data, modify show material design data. So here it is FC prime, compressive strength of concrete, cylindrical concrete. So here we should put 3500 pound per inch square. If the concrete is lightweight, then we should click on this. If it is not lightweight concrete, we should not click on this. So then okay. So advanced material property data, non-linear material data, there should not be any changes on this. So then okay. And here is the material damping ratio, there is also no changes, then okay, then okay. So this is actually here that we can see that again we check that here is okay. So concrete one should be deleted. Okay, so then okay. Then we have to define section properties and frame section. For this reason, we have to, there are several sections by default are present here. We have to first of all delete this by smooth convenience. So delete multiple properties. So we have to click the last one, and with your mouse we have to click all the section, then select selected frame section, and this section have to also delete. So first of all we have to select last section, and by your mouse we have to click all the section, and then again delete selected frame section, and by default we have to select we have to unselect one section. Okay, so as I already said that we have to select last section, and by your mouse we have to select all section, but one section remained unselected. So then click delete selected frame section. So then okay, so one section basically will remain not deleted. So then we'll have to actually by hand add new properties. So we have to basically now grade beam define, floor beam define, and column section define. So first of all we want to grade beam size define. We have to define grade beam size. So grade beam 1 12 inch by 15 inch. So first of all add new properties. So 12 inch by 15 inch, that is rectangular shape. This is the rectangular shape. So it should be clicked, and by clicking it the property name should be grade beam 12 by 15, 12 inch by 15 inch, 12 inch by 15 inch. Okay, so when we write the name of grade beam we have to consider first one is width and second one is depth. We have to follow this format. So material is concrete, here it is, and color is no problem, but here with that depth should be 15, depth should be 15, and width should be 12 inch, width should be 12 inch. So for this reason we have to set property modifiers. Modifier are so modifiers, so we have to click on this. So properties and stiffness modification factors, that is we have to change moment of inertia about 2 axis and 3 axis, that is x axis, y axis. So we have to, by default one is by default, but we have to change it 0.35, that is grade beam is one kind of beam according to BNBC. According to BNBC this factor we have to change according to BNBC for grade beam or floor beam 0.35, 0.35, 2 axis or 3 axis. Then all the things will be remained constant. So then okay. So modifier, reinforcement modifier also river, that is actually by default this type this is actually for column. We have to click beam only, there should be no changes anymore. So then okay, then okay. So one section has already been defined, then add new properties again, then concrete, then we have to rename grade beam. Grade beam 2 is 12 inch by 18 inch. So 12 inch by 18 inch. Then material will be concrete, and if we want to change our color, so we have to click on this. So section is concrete rectangular, so no problem. Then depth will be 18 and width will be 12. So modifier also modifiers that the moment of inertia that should be 0.35, and here is also we have to 0.35. So click on this, and then modifier so M3 design only beam. Then we have to click OK. Then OK. So add new material again. Now transform floor beam. that the floor beam one section is 12 inch by 18 inch, 12 inch by 18 inch. So the section name will be floor beam by 12 by 18 inch, 12 by 18 inch, and material will be concrete. And again here is that. So it is also the beam. So the depth will be 18 and width will be 12, and property will be here, that is moment of inertia is 0.35 and in 2 axis and 3 axis 0.35, and then OK. Then modifier show revert that the beam should be clicked, OK, then OK. So again add new properties, concrete. So now floor beam will be 12 inch by 24 inch, floor beam 12 inch by 24 inch. So here is that 24 12 modifiers. So modifiers, by clicking on this, here we have to 0.35 and here it is 0.35, and then OK. Then modifier show revert, beam should be clicked here, OK, then OK. So then again add new property, then we have to click concrete rectangular shape, and now transfer column section. So we have to click grade beam and floor beam layout. Here it is actually column size. There are four types of column. There are 3 arcs rectangular shape and another one is circular shape. So C on column is 18 inch by 24 inch. So C 18 inch by 24 inch. So material will be concrete, and here it is the depth. Here I can discuss with you. Actually here is the same process. Smaller dimension should be first input, then larger. So here it is if here is the same procedure. Depth will be the larger one, that is 24, and width will be 18. Width will be 18. Here we can discuss with you or give you information on that. That is it is basically the section for column, and depth will be shown in your column layout, that is the horizontal distance. Depth is actually the horizontal distance in your column layout or grade beam layout or plan. Depth will be the horizontal length and width will be the vertical length in your column layout or grade beam layout for column positions. Okay, so then modify or modifiers, then the moment of inertia should be 0.7 because it is for column. 0.7, then OK. Then modifier show revert, it is by default it is for column, then OK, then OK. So then add new material and concrete, then column. Another section is 24 by 30 inch, 24 by 30 inch. Then material will be concrete, so it should be depth should be 30 inch. That is actually indication for horizontal length, and width should be vertical length 24. Then modifier, that here it is the factor 0.7 and that is also 0.7. then OK. Then it should not be clicked here again because by default column design is selected, then OK. Then again add new material, then rectangular shape, that is the section will be named after, that is 30 inch by 36 inch, 30 inch by 36 inch. Then material should be selected concrete, that is the depth should be 36 and width should be 30. Depth and width doesn't matter for column, only it is considered for grade beam or floor beam. Then we should click modify or show modifier. Then it should be 0.7 according to BNPC, 0.7 Bangladesh National Building Code. Then OK. So reinforcement is OK. Then OK. Then OK. So add material new, and another left column section, that is C4, that is circular section. So circular section should be clicked. Then column 24 circular. Then material should be concrete, and here it is the diameter 24, and show modifiers, that should be the factor 0.7, that is 0.7, that is OK. Then modifier show materials, so it is circular, and confined bars should be spirals, so all are OK, and design selected, then OK, then OK. So all the grade beam, floor beam section and column section has already been defined, so that should be OK. Then click OK, and this is actually up to this my lecture, and thank you very much for being patient, and again welcome for my next classes. So let's see what is going to happen.